Alert America, the Lord governs Brazil. How on earth did Lula, Brazil's aging political maestro, maneuver himself into effectively puppeteering Brazil's powers, erecting what critics far and wide are baying is his senile dictatorship? The leader of Brazil sits comfortably in his former position, even after a compellingly long list of more than 30 jurists found him guilty of passive corruption and money laundering. Lula was supposed to be tucked away for a 12-year-long slumber in a cell, but the cage has been flung open prematurely just 580 days into his sentence via a crafty get-out-jail plan. Many across the globe are shaking their heads and questioning, how did this happen? How could Lula pull off this audacious scheme? Unraveling this Brazilian mystery book isn't easy. It stinks of endemic corruption and impunity that have wrapped themselves around Brazil tighter than a boa constrictor. Just take a look at the luminaries from the Lava Jato Akea car wash operations who exchanged their prison suits for everyday clothes, thanks to a puppet string pull from Lula. Some jailbirds didn't just get to fly free, they had their wallets expanded with millions, thanks to penalties being waived like fairy wands. It's all cinema in Brazil. A Hollywood scriptwriter couldn't have penned a better twist. How did Lula set his stage so perfectly? Long before his arrest, it's claimed, he and his mafia partners planted their own loyal agents onto the Supreme Court like chess pieces. In Brazil, Supreme Court seats are the golden tickets, lifetime positions and salaries to make your eyes water. For Lula, these appointments were like insurance policies. If ever the law finally caught up to him, he had his own supreme lifelines to pull him out from under the law's hammer. Then the good news for the population came in 2018, Lula's conviction. The world thought, hey, Brazil doesn't mess around with corruption and political crime. Little did they know what was bubbling under the surface. In a juicy twist, back in 2016, Lula's party publicly called out Minister Alexandre de Moraes for backing the PCC, major drug traffickers, and fiddling with police data. A dirty secret Lula held over the Supreme Court. Is that all Lula knows about crimes committed by his ministers of the Supreme Court? Maybe not. Because Lula's tactics worked perfectly, Brazil's Supreme Court ministers pivoted from justice advocates to Santar's little helpers for Lula. They're all playing Lula's tune now, bending Brazil's powers to their knees. Lula's playing puppet master. The Supreme Court is gagged.
O ex-presidente Lula, que é réu condenado pela Justiça Federal, declarou outro dia, e saiu em todos os jornais, de que se ele for preso, ele vai arrastar os ministros do Supremo Tribunal também com ele. Se alguém faz uma ameaça dessa, fica bem claro de que os ministros do Supremo Tribunal Federal estão sendo ameaçados. Não digo ameaçados na questão só de questão da vida deles, da família, mas por algum erro no passado, alguma questão particular na vida que não pode ser revelada. Evidentemente que a ameaça veio do próprio Lula nesse sentido. Vou arrastar comigo para a prisão também o Supremo Tribunal Federal.
After all his Machiavellian planning, which involved bringing the Supreme Court ministers under his control, Lula is fighting with every weapon at his disposal, fully aware that his chances of continuing in power are slim. His tactics include the implicit endorsement of international interference in Brazil's governance. The opposition is being arrested without crimes, falling like dominoes, the federal police are dancing to Lula's merry tune, and even the mighty military is genuflecting at the altar of Lula's senile dictatorship. For decades, Brazil's been batting away the parasite that is Lula's political party. Now they're dealing with a full-blown cancer infestation in its third mandate under Lula, whipping up a storm to create tumult in Latin America and, shockingly, topple the United States of America. If you don't know this, it could be because you are being misled by the media, allegedly corrupted and funded by Lula and his associates. It's time to open your eyes.